Hey, there's another thing, along with many others, that I did not mention that I meant to in my previous video that I just uploaded. And it was how dates would always pop into my mind. Specific dates where something in the universe or something in the skies was going to happen, and I would know the date that this was going to happen. And a date would pop into my mind, and I would write it down or I would jot it down, and sure enough, something celestial or something in the skies or something to do with the universe was going to happen. Something significant would happen on that date. Throughout much of my life, especially during childhood, these dates would come into my mind, and I would write them down, and something specific would happen. Something usually very, very amazing. There would be a specific meteor shower, or the stars would be extremely large, or that's one experience that I had. One experience, and I'll share the date in another video. I'll share specifics in another video. I'm going to try to keep this one short. But this date popped into my mind, and sure enough, everything was, the stars were huge. It was almost like you put a magnifying glass in the sky and magnified everything. It looked like the sky was a totally different sky, and everything was, the stars were very large. You could see everything in detail, and there was this huge meteor shower. We'd never seen so many meteors falling, so many meteors streaking across the sky. And that date had popped into my mind for months. I was certain on that date, and I had no information giving me this date. I had no source telling me that that anything like that was going to happen on that date. But dates would always pop into my mind. Numbers and dates of specific times and dates, they would pop into my mind, and sure enough, something would happen, usually relating to the universe or astronomy in some form or way. Another thing that's happened to me quite often is a certain number would pop into my mind where it was really weird, where something was going to happen to a certain amount of people, but there was nothing I could do about that. I mean, I felt like I wish there was something I could do to help, but it could be anywhere in this world where a certain specific number of people, my mind would say something's going to happen to this amount of people. And sure enough, very, very soon after that, very shortly, it could be the next day, it could be in a few hours, something would happen to that specific amount of people. There could have been a wreck, there could have been a certain colors and things, and it was so specific. I'll share that in another video as well. But certain dates and things would pop into my mind, certain numbers where something was going to happen to a certain amount of people, and sure enough, if I said a certain number, sure enough, very soon, it was in the news that something had happened. Online, if you searched, that something had happened to that amount of people, that number of people, somewhere in the world. And it was interesting how I was given this information like that my entire life, much of my life. I was given these numbers and dates where things would happen. That's happened to me for much of my life. It still randomly happens, sporadically, but not as common as it did, not as often. It might ramp back up, I don't know. But I just know that has happened through my life, and that's something that I wanted to discuss in this video. So, has that ever happened to you? Did that happen to you consistently, quite often throughout your life? because for me it was a common occurrence. It's been a common occurrence for the majority of my life, and not as often recently, but still randomly. But I would get a specific amount, and sure enough, like, I might get a number, and then that many people were killed in a bombing, or that many people were killed in a mudslide, or a storm, or an earthquake, or some form of disaster, or a wreck, or some kind of sadly, a terrorist attack or something like that, or some kind of maybe a natural disaster. Something would happen to the exact amount of people that would pop into my mind, and it was very very interesting. But the dates would just pop into my mind, and I was certain that something would happen on that date, something was going to happen on that day, and sure enough, something happened. Something celestial, something in the universe relating to astronomy. Something in the skies happened when a date would pop into my mind. Or a time, something would happen at a specific time. So I wish that could happen with a lottery. That would be awesome. That would be very awesome. It has happened in the past with some numbers and things when I was younger and as I was a child. The numbers would just pop into my mind, but I wish that would happen now. That would be a major blessing. I really want many more blessings. That would be great. But yeah, those kind of things would happen to me quite often. Have they happened to you? I just would like to know. Please let me know in the comment section below, or you can message me at the email that I post below, or leave a message on YouTube. So thank you, and I send much love. This has been part 2 to my previous video, just sharing more of my story, more of my personal experiences, my personal experiences regarding numbers and dates popping into my mind, and something would specifically happen on that at that moment. Sort of foreseeing something. It would just pop into my mind. So let me know if this has happened to you, and I just decided to share that with you. So much love, and I send you all the best wishes. I hope for a good Sunday. Hope for a good, calm, happy, and peaceful Sunday for everyone, including us. And please just bring positivity and peace and love. And that's what I hope for this weekend and from here on out. So much love, and thank you for everything. This has been another addition to my story, my personal experiences. Thanks for watching, or listening, I should say. Much love. Peace. Bye.